Okay, hi everybody. This is going to be a fun one because let's talk about why we believe that certain people are going to be out there to save us, why we believe that romantic love is going to be our only savior. Why have we been conditioned to believe that the power to create our own life and save ourselves lies outside of us? Who has taught us that, and what were their intentions behind teaching us that narrative, behind putting that belief into our minds? Because I can say to you, as someone who loves love, as someone who is in love and who is in love with life, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody can save you. You are your own savior. Nobody can possibly come to save you. That is a lie. That has been fed to us to keep us complacent. Nobody's coming to save you. So that if you start to actually free yourself from the bondage of waiting on the perfect person, waiting on the circumstances to be perfect for you, then you can actually step into the role of the initiator of your own healing, of your own life. You can actually be the lover of your own life, because the fact is, nobody is your savior, but people will come to walk with you. People will come to assist you. People will come to complement you and your mission. People will come to bring out more of you and help you to do so. And you will find yourself in the eyes of another just as they will with you. But nobody can do the real work for you of being self-loving, of being self-honoring. Nobody can do that for you. It is always an inside job. But why have we been taught and conditioned to believe that we have to wait for our knight in shining armor, that we have to wait for someone to come sweep us off our feet and make us feel whole, to make our lives worth living? Where has that belief come from? And how has that then screwed up our outlook on love, our outlook on life? How has that put so much unnecessary pressure on romantic relationships for them to completely come and save us when they were never designed to do so in the first place? Romantic relationships challenge us. They mirror us. They reflect to us who we are being. They expose our deepest wounding. They expose where we need to offer ourselves more love. Romantic relationships heal us and they nurture us, but they do not save us. They do not change our lives. They complement us. They assist us. They make our lives better, but they do not make it good. That is the key difference. They are a portion of an important element of our life. But there are so many other keys that we need to unlock in order to become our true selves. But it always comes from within. It is always an inside job to love oneself. So who taught us to believe that romantic love is here to save us? Who taught us to believe that the power to save ourselves is outside of us? Who taught us to believe that there is going to be one person out there to come sweep us off our feet and make life worth living? Because it doesn't exist. It always starts from within. And as soon as you can start to question that narrative and begin to realize your own inherent power as to who you really are, then that is when your life changes. That is when your relationship to self changes. And that is when your outlook on romantic relationships begins to change. Because I love this, because life will not choose you back if you are not choosing yourself. Life is just mirroring your relationship to self. So if you are still outsourcing your self-worth, outsourcing your power, outsourcing your approval to other people, you will never get that back. It will always be a reflection of how you really feel about yourself, which is then likely that you're not worthy of love. You're not worthy of appreciation. You're not worthy of good things, that you are needing it from other people. And on the flip side, when you start to give that to yourself, to love yourself, to honor yourself, to respect yourself, to give yourself what you once sought out from the outside world, then life starts to mirror your relationship to self. Then the circumstances and relationships in your life start to show you respect, honoring, love. They mirror to you what you are already giving to yourself. So the point is, you have to be a self-starter. You have to be a creator of your own self-image and your own self-worth. So that it means that now you walk into the room, walk into the club, and you're not looking for love, needing for it to fulfill you. You're not looking for approval for it to make you feel whole and secure. You own that within yourself, but it starts by identifying the conditioning as to where you picked up these beliefs along your path that made you believe that you were unlovable, that you were unworthy, that you needed somebody else to take care of you, that you were incapable of creating the life of your dreams. Where did you pick up those goddamn beliefs? Those are the beliefs that make everything screwy in your life, because again, then they put the pressure on the romantic relationships. They screw it all up because what you're asking of your partner is not possible for them to give you, because your partner is their own person with their own life, with their own baggage to work through and their own path to walk down. It means that they can walk alongside you. They can complement your path. You can learn from each other and grow and evolve with each other. But it means that they will not save you. They will not heal you in the way that you are needing to give that to yourself. They can only assist you. I am saying this as someone, again, who loves love. But let me tell you my own story, that for a decade, I just wanted to be chosen. I just wanted romantic love. I just wanted a partner. I wanted to be seen and loved and validated. I wanted to be saved. Did I ever find that? No. No, because I needed to give that to myself first. And then to top it all off, I needed to go through a series of romantic disappointments to continue to show me and redirect me back to myself, to show me that I am looking for love in all the wrong places. What I am looking for has to come from within first. It is the ultimate paradox, and it is the most frustrating answer to that existential question of, where is my husband? Baby, where the hell is my husband? Where is he? Well, baby girl, baby boy, whoever you are, first of all, you got to marry yourself. As weird as that sounds, you have to be that partner to yourself first. And I am telling you, as soon as I decentered romantic love, as soon as I decentered validation from men, as soon as I actually began to become disgusted by lust from men that once made me feel chosen and validated, that's when things changed. Because then I was forced to pour all of that attention that I was putting outwards and all that energy that I was putting outwards on trying to get something back into myself. I put it all back into myself. I went completely celibate. I took men off my mind. I decentered romantic connection. I never stopped wanting it, because that is just a part of who I am, and that is just likely a part of who you are. But I decided that my relationship to myself at that period of my life and forevermore was now more important than getting love externally, than getting validation externally, than getting approval externally, than getting attention externally, be it sexual or romantic, whatever it was. I decided that my relationship to self was far more important, and I trusted that then, as my relationship to self changed and as my relationship to romance changed, then the circumstances would eventually have to change as well. I deleted all the dating apps. I actually narrowed my possibility of meeting somebody as I thought, because I decided I am not going to put my energy outwards. I am not going to leak it into places where I am seeking validation. I am going to pour all of my love, time, and attention back into myself, back into creating the life of my dreams, and back into showing other people how to goddamn do the same thing. And let me tell you, it actually started to work. Then I started to meet people. Then I met someone who reflected the exact relationship that I so wanted, and that reflected the exact relationship that I now had with myself. That the exact relationship that I had been envisioning and calling in for so many years actually arrived. But now I did not need it in the same way. I did not need it to validate me. I did not need it to tell me who I am, because now I already know who I am. I already know what I am looking for. I already know what my standards are. I already know how to love somebody else well, and now I know how to love myself well too. I am just radiating love from myself and others, but I am able to radiate that love and show up as a good partner and romantic partner because I know how to give that to myself first. So this doesn't mean that I'm looking to this partner or to other people as my knight in shining armor. This means that I'm still saying, we'll see. We'll see, because people have their own path. People change their minds. I have my own path. I changed my mind. It's relinquishing the need for control over how a relationship has to go because you are no longer needing that relationship or to have a relationship even to tell you how to feel, to make your life worth living, to make life good, to make life feel like it has a purpose. Ooh, I love this. But if you are not stepping into your purpose, then you are going to fill that place with romantic relationships, with dating, with just pining after a relationship. If you are not going after what makes you feel whole, if you are not lighting yourself up in every area of your life, then you are going to fill that space with romantic love. And it will never work out in the way that you want it to because romantic love is not designed to fill that space. Romantic love does not save you. Romantic love complements you. Romantic love challenges you. It pushes you. It mirrors how you treat yourself and see yourself, but it will never save you. So until you fully step into your own power, until you fully step into your purpose, until you fully step into loving and honoring yourself, that relationship cannot show up, the one that you are so seeking, because it's not a match to who you're being. So your soul, God, the universe, whatever you deem it as, whatever you call it, is simply just showing you more experiences in the physical reality that are giving you a clue as to how you treat yourself. So that if you find yourself continually being abandoned, ask, how are you still abandoning yourself? How are you not choosing yourself yet? And that is the antidote. Unconditionally choose yourself. Put yourself first. Try on being selfish. If you are always finding that you are not being chosen, that you're being chosen last, why are you not choosing yourself this time? Why are you putting yourself last? And how can you put yourself first? If you fear betrayal, if you have been betrayed, if you've, God forbid, been cheated on, how have you not been tuning into your discernment and intuition? How have you not been listening to yourself? Because there was a part of you that knew. I can guarantee that to you. But I love this, tying this back. If you start to decenter romantic relationships just for now, if you're single, if you decenter them just for a time period of a month, 4 months, 6 months, a year, or longer, whatever feels right to you, I don't know you. If you decenter men, decenter the need for romantic affection, decenter needing male validation or female, I shouldn't just talk to the women here, there's plenty of men, but you know what I mean, it goes both ways with genders. If you decenter romantic connection, that is when, and you become celibate too. I'm not saying this is a must, do whatever you want, but I'm saying it really helps when you decenter sex as well. Completely sealing up your auric field and coming home to yourself. I'm getting to the point, I swear. Then that is how you amplify your own energetic field and strengthen your intuition and discernment about who comes into your life. If you are still leaking energy, seeking validation, seeking romantic love, approval from other people, and we're talking about romantic dynamics, then your discernment and intuition is going to be thrown off because you are seeking something that that experience cannot give you. But when you are celibate, when you come home to yourself, when you choose yourself for however long feels right for you, I did it for 7 months and it was perfect for me. Then I found coming out of that experience, having started it after being betrayed, I found that then my self-love, my intuition, my discernment was off the charts because I stopped leaking my energy outwards. I stopped needing a goddamn man to validate me. I decided that I was worth it to give everything that I wanted from them to myself. I decided that I was worth it. It was an exercise in true, gritty, real self-love. Because we're not talking about, the stereotypes of bubble baths and spa days. Like, we know that real self-love comes from doing the difficult decisions of choosing yourself, of deciding to be alone, of deciding to remove the need for validation from others and to give that to yourself and to sit in the feeling of a lonely void at the beginning when you are not used to giving that to yourself. To sit your ass down in your apartment and not go out and try to meet a bunch of guys at the club and not try and fill up your schedule with all these meetings. and not swipe endlessly until the end of the night when it's time for bed. To put the goddamn phone down and sit with yourself, sit with your feelings, analyze your beliefs, asking yourself, why do I inherently believe that I'm not good enough, that I need somebody else to make me feel whole and good enough? Why do I feel like I don't have the power to make my life feel incredible and worth living? Who taught this to me? Who modeled this to me? Be it in society, my mother, my father, my friends, the movies that I consumed, the TV shows that I consumed. Okay? Who taught it to me? Who? And then, so I'm going crazy here. Then, it's also really hot in this room. Then, you can start to do the inner work of rewriting those beliefs, of coming home to yourself, of sitting with the uncomfortable emotions of what it means to be truly by yourself and in your own energetic field. And slowly but surely, as you process those feelings in your body, not in your mind, but in your body, coming back to the awareness of self, of true self-love, self-honoring, self-trust, coming back home to yourself and just giving it enough time to seal off your energy, no longer leaking energy to fear, obligation, guilt, sexual promiscuity. Again, I have no judgment. I'm very sex positive and I've had my fun in my day. But there really is, because I'm telling you from experience, there is value in taking some time off, okay? And putting that booty to rest and taking some time for yourself, for you, the greatest act of self-love. And I can guarantee you, as the relationship to yourself changes, you no longer see romance as your savior. You see romance as the perfect divine complement to who you are becoming, and that it is in assistance to who you are becoming. It is just in assistance. Divine union, which is what we all so desire, is what will help to heal you, to help push you on your path, to help challenge you. Help, help, help. It's always at the beginning of the next word. It will help you, it will encourage you, but it will not do it solely if you are not walking the path yourself. Imagine it this way. If the partner that you so desire is also walking the path, learning about themselves, doing the inner work of healing those limiting beliefs, the fragmentation of who they believe they are, if they're walking that path, then you better get on that path too, girl or man, biatch. You better get on that path too, because they're going to leave you behind. If that's the partner that you so desire in your mind and you can feel them, and the fact that it's on your heart means that it's real and that it's for you, you can't then expect to be on the same level of them if you're not doing it yourself. So get to work. Turn off this goddamn video and get to work. Delete those apps and start to come home to yourself. And I'm telling you, it worked because it worked for me. I had wanted that divine partnership for 10 years of my life, but I had wanted it for the wrong reasons because I had not given that union with myself to myself yet. And once I started to do that and decenter romance, didn't take that long, then everything that I had sought after flowed into my experience. Then the circumstances that I so wanted came into my life. But it took having the courage to stand alone. And that is now something that I will always have. So that even in my current circumstances, I say, I really want this to work out, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. People change their minds. But I now know that I have a home within myself, that I love and honor myself. And I love to feel loved and honored by another. I love to feel at home with another. That is one of the best feelings. Do I want it? Abso-fucking-lutely. Do I need it? No, because I have it within myself. Another person just expands it. They just make it so much more powerful. So of course you want it. Of course I want it. We all want it. But you don't need it in the way that you think you do. You have to give it to yourself first. Okay, I'm tired of talking. Thank you so much for being here. Ooh, this was fun. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and a like and a comment. I'd love to know what you thought. And tell me your own experience too. I just love talking about this. And we'll be back soon with something else. In my show description notes, you can find a link to my courses, my one-on-one sessions. Right now I'm doing free 20-minute consultations to take on new clients for one-on-one soul mentorship. And I'm also hosting twice a month live channeled events with Raphael and the Divine. And the next one is Monday, July 20th. It is just donation based and it takes place over Zoom, 6 p.m. Eastern. All right. Love you all. So happy you're here if you've gotten this far, and I'll talk to you again soon.